Hello. This video is an introduction to some of the resources in the Massachusetts State Equity Plan. It accompanies the Massachusetts Playbook for providing equitable access to excellent educators and provides a broad overview of the strategies in that plan. We encourage you to explore the resources in greater depth by following the links found on the Playbook on this page. Our state equity plan is designed to fulfill our moral imperative that all students should have equitable access to great educators. In this presentation, we've narrowed down the plan to its essential elements. That includes 3 broad strategies, several key questions, and a range of specific recommendations, guidance, and tools to support each strategy. The guiding key question for the state equity plan is, how can we ensure equitable access to great educators for every student in the state, in your district, in your school? First, let's define what we mean by equitable access. The equity plan aims to ensure that all students, particularly low-income students, minority students, students with disabilities, and English language learners, have equal access to excellent teachers and principals. In addressing the gaps in access to excellent educators, the Massachusetts State Equity Plan incorporates 3 primary educator characteristics that include experience, based on years working in Massachusetts public schools, effectiveness, based on educator evaluation ratings, preparation, based on licensure and highly qualified teacher status. The plan focuses on 4 specific student groups: minority students, students from poverty, students with disabilities, and English language learners. The state equity plan uses definitions drawn from federal guidelines in which the term minority students refers to Black and Latino students, and students from poverty refers to students who are eligible for free or reduced price lunch, or after 2015 are enrolled students participating in one or more of a range of state-administered programs. A review of the data identified a number of equity gaps in Massachusetts. The following are 3 examples of these gaps. First, schools with a high proportion of minority students have more than 8 times as many teachers who teach classes outside of their subject compared to low minority schools. Second, compared to a student in a school with a low poverty level, the average student in a high poverty school is more than 3 times as likely to have a teacher with an ineffective evaluation rating. Third, on average, students in a high poverty or high minority schools have about 2 times as many first-year teachers as do students in low poverty or low minority schools. The state equity plan identifies 3 principal strategies to address equity gaps: educator preparation, educator effectiveness, and inclusive practice. All of these strategies call for careful attention to data and how it's used, both in identifying and addressing equity gaps. In Massachusetts, nearly twice as many first-year teachers teach in schools with a high percentage of minority students. For this reason, strategy number 1 focuses on educator preparation. The key question for this strategy is, what can you do to improve your teacher pipeline in support of equity and inclusiveness? More than half of program completers in Massachusetts teach within 15 miles of where they're prepared. For this reason, ESE is providing resources and strategies to support partnerships between districts and the preparation programs in their areas. The equity plan includes resources and strategies that will help districts develop educator preparation partnerships. Districts will also want to strategically recruit and support student teaching placements. Strengthened mentoring and induction programs can provide vital supports to new and beginning educators. In Massachusetts, students from poverty are 61% more likely to have educators rated unsatisfactory or needs improvement. For this reason, strategy number 2 addresses educator effectiveness. The key question associated with this strategy asks, what can you do to improve the effectiveness of your educators? The first recommendation to calibrate evaluators allows districts to establish a common vision for robust instruction. Distributed leadership allows districts to expand the peer-to-peer impact of high-performing teachers, provide leadership opportunities, build a culture of shared responsibility for the outcomes of all students, and provide additional supports for new and less effective teachers. The final educator effectiveness strategy focuses on developing common measures. By developing common measures that are well aligned to the curriculum, districts can systematically track student performance year to year, thus ensuring that the needs of all students are identified and decreasing the risk that a student could fall through the cracks. In Massachusetts, a student from poverty is nearly 2 times more likely to be educated in a substantially separate setting than a non-low-income student. For this reason, the third strategy focuses on inclusive practice. The key question asks, what is your district's philosophy and vision for the inclusion of students with disabilities? Data shows that the strongest predictor of a school district's special education performance on state assessments is the performance of that school district's general education students. The Educator Effectiveness Guidebook for Inclusive Practice can help districts design job-embedded PD and collaborations using tools that promote evidence-based best practices for inclusion. It follows the principles of universal design for learning, positive behavior interventions and supports, and social and emotional learning. The department is offering online courses on the foundations of inclusive practice. They offer strategies for effective schooling for students with disabilities and instruction of students with diverse learning styles. These courses are one option for educators to meet the 15 PDP's license renewal requirement at no cost. The Massachusetts tiered system of supports offers a blueprint for school improvement that focuses on supports across the district, school, and classroom to meet the needs of all students. All of the resources related to equitable access are available online. Thank you for watching this presentation and for embracing the critical mission to provide equitable access to education for all students in our great state. For more information, please contact Educator Development at doe.mass.edu.